What's up, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the What Up Doe Show. It's your boy Dame D, and I am back with another one. Today, I'm going to be talking about a situation where you had a OnlyFans model who stabbed her boyfriend to death. I have audio and video of the situation I'm getting ready to play. But this was a video that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention. In the wake of this Carmelo Anthony case. This woman stabbed her boyfriend to death. It's probably going to be doing less than 10 years. When you got Carmelo Anthony, who was protecting himself, stabbed up Eric Metcalf and is looking at 35 years. But I have audio and video. I'm going to play this, and then we'll get back to commentary after the video. So I have everything queued up. Give me 1 second, and we'll play the video. But yeah, here we go. And fair use for this video is going to be for entertainment and educational purposes only. And I just want to show this video in comparison to what this white woman got for stabbing her boyfriend to death, and and the differences of what Carmelo Anthony got after stabbing this white boy after trying to protect himself. So this shows a clear example of white supremacy. So here we go.
An actual sentencing. Do you remember this story? According to Atlanta Black Star, Instagram and OnlyFans model, Courtney Clenny was sentenced Monday to 6 years in prison for the 2022 stabbing of her boyfriend. If you remember, her boyfriend, Toby Abumseli, bringing a stunning end to the high-profile murder case just weeks before she was scheduled to actually stand trial. However, the judge is allowing her to receive credit for time already served, which actually means her sentence will more than likely be 2 more years behind bars for taking a man's life. Let's go to it. Here it is.
Don't touch me!
What is going on? Like, are you gonna get this mad at me when I'm apologizing to you?
No, Christian.
Like, you're thinking I'm doing it on purpose?
Drop your attitude. Drop your high pitch.
Okay, I'm not doing it on purpose.
You touched Sahara. You know damn well the right thing to do is to tell me.
Yes, and I am so sorry.
So shut up and let me f***ing slap you, dumbass.
No, you're not gonna slap me.
Give me my phone.
You have your phone.
I don't have it anymore. Find it and f***ing charge it.
What?
Find it and charge it.
I'm sorry, Courtney.
I don't care. Find it and charge it.
Okay, just stop.
Don't touch me.
Man.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
Because I'm telling you I'm sorry.
And it's like, alright. Find my f***ing phone and charge it.
I don't know where your phone is.
Find it.
Can you help me find it?
I won!
So what?
Find it!
Man. Not man, but why?
Yeah, man, oh, yeah, man.
What? Like,
Yeah, some old man, huh? Shut the up. I need to find it because I have to go meet her again.
to go out?
No!
You said he right.
Christian, just find my goddamn phone.
I don't have your phone. Can you
Just find my phone.
Cece, can you just please
Shut up!
Please.
Shut up! You went to go f***ing talk to her without talking.
I didn't go to go.
Yes, you did. You always on your f***ing asshole.
Courtney, I was
He
on.
literally told me about it, and I was like, damn.
What are you
You
talking
are
about?
such.
I didn't go to talk to
You are
Ara.
not gonna-
I was going on a bike ride. Like, what the
Get off of me!
You going to talk to Ara? Is this going to make you act like this?
You literally talked to her without telling me!
Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said hi. You and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and call me a.
You're.
Yes, thank you. Coming from Courtney, thank you.
I want you to get away from me! Get away from me!
If you want harder erections, multiple rounds, and to be ready in 15 minutes on average, you need to hear this. Number 1, kicks.
Courtney, the accused, called him, her boyfriend at the time, the N-word during that exchange. That is volatility, obviously. When this first happened, when he was killed, it took damn near an act of Congress, a world review of the facts, and her friends, their mutual friends, telling the truth to law enforcement, that the story did not add up to them given her volatility. Courtney, 30, faced second-degree murder in the April 3rd, 2022 killing of Mr. Ombonseli, 27, inside of the couple's luxury Miami apartment. She was arrested in Hawaii on August 10th, 2022. Courtney, who amassed millions of social media followers under the name Courtney Taylor, initially pleaded not guilty and maintained that she actually killed Ombonseli in self-defense during a violent argument. After a 4-month investigation that included surveillance footage, witness interviews, and forensic evidence, authorities alleged Courtney was the primary aggressor in the couple's volatile relationship. The audio from the 911 call captured Ombonseli's final moments after the stabbing. Quote, "I think I'm going to die. I can't feel my arms," he could be heard saying. Meanwhile, her attorneys had been preparing to take the case to trial and recently sought permission to introduce a 2020 animal cruelty allegation against Ombonseli, which he denied. Now, obviously, an allegation doesn't mean conviction, and it was proposed to bias the jury, so it wasn't allowed, according to Ombonseli's family. Family said Courtney had previously stabbed and injured him during a prior domestic violence attack. They also pointed out that Courtney called her mother, the security at the front desk of the building, before she called 911. Quote, "To us, that is inhumane," end quote, said family attorney Larry Hanfield, who read the family's impact statement. So let's talk about the plea deal. Now, I want to remind everyone that even if you look at the totality of the sentence, for an actual murder, she's going to serve in total less than 10 years for an actual murder, okay? She's getting credit for time served. Here's the plea deal. The sentence came after Courtney reached a plea deal agreement with prosecutors and the deceased family to avoid the trial that had been scheduled for later in August. She also faces 5 years of probation for the new charge of manslaughter with a deadly weapon. Courtney must also complete a mental health and substance abuse evaluation or evaluations and any associated programs as necessary according to the 8-page plea deal. She must also complete a batterer's intervention program and education-based initiative meant to hold domestic violence offenders accountable for their actions. An attorney representing Ombonseli's family previously said the agreement would allow Courtney to plead guilty and accept full responsibility while beginning the process of bringing closure to his family. Courtney has not apologized to the family for the man's death, which changed their lives forever. I'm going to get into what the mother said in just a moment, but I want to remind everyone of the details and if they were reversed. I want you to imagine a black male violently stab a white female who happens to be his girlfriend. He ends up getting just a few years in prison by way of a plea deal, not conviction, by way of an agreement. He gets a few years in prison, probation, and the opportunity to seek and obtain mental health counseling without even giving an apology to the family. Do you believe that would stand in any courtroom in the United States of America if the roles were reversed? Hell no.
And I'm going to stop. And I couldn't have spoken no better, but at the end of the day, man, this clearly is showing you how white supremacy work, and then that it's two different law systems here in America. One for whites and one for blacks. Because like he explained, and I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinion on this. If this was a black man who stabbed a white woman to death, there wouldn't have been no plea bargains. This man would have been facing the death penalty. You know what I mean? It's crazy, how we allow for this justice system to basically, just hand down slaps on the wrist to, white America. And when we see cases like Carmelo Anthony, this is, and this is why I wanted to bring this case and show the differences. You know what I mean? This woman deliberately stabbed this man to death. And pretty much is walking away with less than 10 years in time served. So this woman may walk away with only doing about 4 years, in some probation time and having to do some classes. But, on the other hand, when you're black and you're protecting yourself, it's the other way around. You know what I mean? So this is clearly a blatant how white supremacy works for white people in the justice system. And then the Carmelo Anthony trial and case shows you how the justice system works for black Americans, when we're facing criminal charges and things like that. So like I said, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. I would love to hear your opinion. This was the case that I saw about a week ago and I want to talk about, and it slipped my mind, but in the wake of this Carmelo case, after I saw this, I'm like, I have to show the comparisons of two, but yeah, this is how the justice system works for white America and how it works for black America, so again, at the end of the day, I would love to hear you guys' opinion, your thoughts on this one. It's another one. It's your boy Damn D, and I am out. Peace.